Yes.
Okay, sir.
You guys are with me? Nothing will come automatically. Try to complete. Complete it. Complete it. Everything you should do. Okay, you should understand that what is the functionality in the DAO, what is the functionality in the controller, what is the functionality in the bean, what is the functionality in the DB connection that you should understand. You guys are with me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That you should understand, guys. Please try to understand that. Nothing will come automatically. Keep in mind this. Everything we should do. Get salary. Get salary. You do this, your errors will go out.
Okay, sir.
Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Now save it. Save the program.
Saved it, sir.
Now go to the controller. No errors.
Yes, sir. No errors.
See, you are passing here employee object, but you are taking there 6 parameters. How it will satisfy, ma?
Yes, sir. I got it, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Murali, you are
Okay,
practicing.
sir.
Yes, sir. Practicing.
Vijay?
Yeah, I'm practicing.
Yeah.
This is the recent video I will practice.
Okay, just practice and think. Keep in mind is share with you. Share the code, guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
To Priyanka and to everyone. Yeah. Now, till now we discussed about HTML, servlets, dispatch servlet, Java class. You understood the flow now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell me again the flow? JSP page to control will go to where?
Dispatch
Servlet.
Dispatch servlet to where it will go?
controller.
Controller.
Okay. How the controller will identify?
The annotations.
By using annotation. At which annotation? At the rate controller.
Controller. Yeah.
Guys, you should not forget these all things, man. If you forget these things, waste. How class will be identified?
The controller.
Rate controller. How the method will be identified? Ajay, Murali, how method will be identified?
By request mapping. Annotation.
Request mapping. Okay, request mapping. In the controller, we reduce a lot of code by using the Spring forms. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
By using Spring forms, we reduce a lot of code. We are injecting the directly bean. We are injecting directly one bean, one model to the controller by using which annotation? By default, which annotation?
Could you repeat again, Kiran?
When we click the submit button, the entire form is going to be submitted to your controller.
Yeah. Servlet mapping.
Mapping Vijay. Annotation I'm talking about parameter annotations. I told you two parameter annotations. Your form will be submitted by using annotations called @model attribute. You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
Model attribute.
Model attribute.
Your URL data will be submitted by using request param annotation. Murali, Vijay, Ajay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You didn't listen to last video.
The hyperlink one, yes, sir. The hyperlink by using request parameter.
Because now the form is based on the model attribute. Form is based on the model attribute. Yes or no? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hyperlink based on the request param.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Vijay, Murali.
Yeah.
You guys didn't.
Yes.
You guys didn't listen to the last class video.
Sir, listen, sir.
But you are not giving the answers. You are not understanding the concept. Yes or no? Right. Tell me. Whenever you click the submit button form. Yeah. You understood now?
Yeah.
Clear? Whenever we click the submit button, the control is coming to where? The control is coming to the controller and your form will be submitted directly to the bean or not?
Yeah.
Now
Yes,
onwards, no request object. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. No request.
No request object. No taking the data from the request object. No need to create a model object. No need to place the data into the model object. Yes or no? Directly model object is coming.
Yeah.
The
Yes, sir.
model object we are passing to the DAO. Clear, Vijay, Murali?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done. Okay, now that's about. Please try to understand, guys. Listen the videos once again. Please try to understand the concept. Yeah, next.
Okay, sir.
Coming to the Spring DAO, sorry, coming to the DAO. In the DAO, which class we are using? Which concept we are using?
JDBC.
Yeah. Now tell me, in the DAO, which code we are writing?
JDBC code, sir.
JDBC code. In the case of when you write a JDBC code, we are writing the huge amount of code. Same thing is happening when same thing is happening without Spring also, right? In the controller.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
without Spring, we have written a lot of code in the controller. By using Spring, we reduce a lot of code or not?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
By using which concept? By using Spring framework. Look at now. Framework means it reduces our code a lot. You
Yes,
guys
sir.
with me? The same way,
Yes, sir.
coming to here also in JDBC, same like that. Okay, okay, coming to DAO, instead of write the JDBC code, we are going to write Hibernate or we are going to write JPA. You guys are with me? What about these two things? These two are ORM frameworks. You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Not only these two, there are multiple things are there. These are called ORM frameworks. Now tell me, what are the ORM frameworks?
Object related mapping
No, no,
framework.
no. What are the ORM frameworks?
Hibernate and
Hibernate
JPA.
and JPA. Not only that, Open JPA, lot of things are there, but we are focusing on Hibernate and JPA. Now, what does the ORM stand for? Look at now. ORM stands for Object Relational Mapping. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Object Relational Mapping. Please try to understand this. Keep in mind this, guys. I'm not discussing theory more. Each and every concept I'm introducing through practical. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
each and everything I'm introducing through program only. You should also practice in that way. You should practice step
Okay,
by
sir.
step. You're not practicing, guys. If you're not practicing, you will face a lot of issues when you're in the market. Please try to understand this. Whatever we are doing, that only we are doing in the real time, but it's a real time scenarios, nothing other than that. Okay. Object relational mapping means what? A Java object is going to mapping with, are you following, guys? Relational database. In my example, Oracle. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oracle. Is it clear now? That's the beauty of
Yes, sir.
ORM. What is this? Now, till now, we have written different kinds of JDBC queries. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Now, okay, JDBC queries. Meaning, if you use the JDBC, we need to worry about the JDBC queries also. But if you use the ORM, most of the times we are not using the queries. We are playing with only with Java functions, Java methods. Okay. The lot of advantage is there. Instead of going theoretically first I'll go with the practically, then I'll come with the theory part again. Is that clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, coming to the ORM framework, object relational mapping. What is the meaning of this? A class name is acting like a table name. A class name is acting like a what? Table name. Number of variables. You guys are with me? Number
Yeah.
of variables in a class becomes number of columns in a table. You guys with me?
Yes, sir.
Number of columns in a table. Okay. Okay. Variables names becomes column names. You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Number of objects becomes number of rows.
Okay.
You understood now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in my example, what's your model class? What's your model class?
Employee.
Employee. Excellent. What is the modal class? Employee. Yes, sir.
Employee. Yes, sir.
Employee. Now come into your database. In your database, your table name is what?
Employee.
Come on, guys.
Employee, sir.
Employee only, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, employee. Okay, that's already I implemented almost ORM. That's what I come to this place. Each and everything I explained to you properly. Is that clear now?
Yeah.
Tell me, what is your table name?
Employee.
Employee. You guys are with me? Tell me, number of variables?
6.
6 variables.
6 variables. Number of columns?
Columns. 6 columns.
6 columns. What are the variable names? ENO, ename, gender, salary, username, password. Look at now. What are the column names?
Same.
Names.
Okay. Now number of objects. If you create 10 objects, those become 10 rows. This is called
Yeah.
ORM mapping. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Your entire Java object is mapping with one relational database. Okay. Your object class becomes table name. Your object variables becomes column names. Okay. Column name, where object variable names becomes column names. Okay. And number of objects becomes number of rows. Is that clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's called ORM mapping. If anyone is having any questions, you can ask me now. Right? In order to implement this ORM framework, there are different kinds of tools are available. In that, one of the tool is called Hibernate. What is that?
Hibernate.
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 By using this Hibernate, we can implement this ORM framework. Now, quickly, I'm going to finish one demo. Just try to understand this, what I'm going to do now. Okay. Now, I'm going to go with Hibernate demo. If you want to go with a Hibernate demo, minimum things we need to understand this. Tell me, how many ways we can configure servlet?
How many ways?
Servlet. What are the many ways? How many ways we can configure servlet? One is through XML, second one is through annotations. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
One is through XML, second one is through annotation. Even Spring also, we configured with XML, we configured with annotations.
Yeah.
Okay, same way, Hibernate also, we can configure with annotations, we can configure with XML. But initially, I'll go with XML. Because, already I told you the reason. You are keeping some experience, yes or no? You should
Yeah.
be aware of
Yes, sir.
XML configurations also. You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
It's an old approach. Okay, the new approach is what? Annotation.
Annotation.
You guys are with me? Yeah. Now, I'm going with a simple demo. When you go with a simple demo, okay, I'll go with the Maven project only. Here now. Create Maven project. What is the reason of Maven project? What is the advantage? What is the advantage of
Because the
huh?
the jars and everything can be imported directly.
Important.
Right, it will be imported automatically, class path will be set automatically, okay, building will be done automatically, deployment will be done automatically, a lot of features are there. Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Next. Second one. Okay, second one, creating Maven project. Next one, adding required
Libraries.
dependencies.
Yeah.
With functional dependencies. Is that clear now? Third one,
Yes, sir.
create a Java class. Okay, otherwise, create Hibernate configuration file. Hibernate configuration file. Hibernate configuration file. This file name will be hibernate.cfg.xml. You understood now? The file name will be hibernate.cfg.xml. But file name can be anything, but this is a standard name. .cfg is not extension. .cfg is an CFG stands for configuration. Is that clear now? But can I change the XML file name? Yes, we can change that. But standard name is hibernate.cfg.xml.
Hibernate.cfg.xml.
You are with me?
Yeah.
Now, what it contains? It contains, because now, information about the database. It contains information about the database. Is that clear now? Till now, information about database in which file?
In the DAO.
DAO.
Huh?
Sorry,
Information about
DB
database.
connect. Yeah.
Information
DB
about database in
connection.
the sense driver name, URL, username, password of the database is available in which class?
DB connection.
DB connection. Now onwards, we are not using the DB connection. Is that clear now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, which file will contain the information, data information of the database? Hibernate
Hibernate
configuration
CS
file.
configuration.
Okay. The fourth step, creating a Java class. Java class. Fifth step, creating a mapping file. Creating, okay, Hibernate mapping file. Mapping file. Because we are going with XML notation, right? If your Java class name is employee.java, suppose, then your mapping file name will be employee.hbm. HBM stands for Hibernate mapping .xml. You guys are with me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If it is annotation based, this hibernate.cfg.xml, this employee.hbm.xml is not required. You understand now?
Okay.
If you are going for annotation based, XMLs are not required. But we are going with the all world approach. Yes or no? Okay. The last one is
Yes, sir.
testing class. Yeah. Anybody having any questions on this? Shall we try?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Look at now. Now. Okay. Now we can create two kinds of projects. What are two kinds of projects? Ah,
Dynamic
Eh,
web and
one is
never.
console based application, two kinds of applications. Yes or no? Console based
Yeah.
application. Yes or no, guys?
and web-based. Yes, sir.
Web based applications. Web based applications. You guys are with me? Okay. But JDBC can I use in console based applications?
No, sir. Only web-based.
Why no, Ajay? Before servlets we used in JDBC, right?
Yes,
Both
sir. Yes,
ways.
sir. But
Console based only we use JDBC, right? After that only we went to the web based.
yes,
Console
sir.
based in the sense what we are using through command prompt. Through command prompt also we play with the database or not.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We did it.
JDBC we can use in console based at the same time web based.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So anywhere we can use JDBC. Same way Hibernate also. We can use in console based, we can use in web based. You understand now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Initially I will explain with console based, later I will explain with web based. I will
Okay, sir. I thought those WE mode and dynamic project that mode, sir.
that's what.
Okay.
Murali, you are following?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
File, new. I'm going with the Maven project. Tell me, which one you want to take? Quick start or web app? Quick
Web
start?
app.
Uh,
Yeah. So quick start.
Quick start
Console
now.
I want to go
before
with
quick
console based. I want to go with console based.
quick start.
Quick start. Clear, Vijay? Yeah. Now, here I'm going to take HDMO, Hibernate demo. Hibernate demo. Just I'm going to remove this one. Ajay, you are following? Murali?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Look
Yes,
at
sir.
now. One Hibernate demo is created now. Okay. Com.info app. This app is not required for me. Delete it. Okay. I'm going to change by default which version, which Java it's taking. What is Java version it's taking? JRE library. Which JRE
1.5.
library?
1.5.
Okay. 1.5. Okay. Right click. Not this. Right click. I'm going to change Java version if you want. Configure build path.
Path.
Okay. Just click on this. Okay. Alternate JRE. Look at now JRE 1.8101 I taken. Finish. It's changed now. Apply. Okay. Are you able to change now?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Next. First step is over. Second step. Add in the bounded XML dependencies. Okay. Add the dependencies. Go to bounded XML now. Okay. These are the dependencies. Which dependency will come automatically? JUnit will
JUnit.
come automatically. But we want some other things also along with JUnit. Okay. Now, if you want to go with the Hibernate, we require some jar files. Those jar files are called Hibernate jar files. You guys are with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Just look at now. I'm going to enter into that MVN repository. Here, it's a major jar file. Hibernate core. Are you able to see first one Hibernate core? Hibernate core. Just click on this. Whichever version you want to take, you can take. I'm going with the 5.2. Shall we go with the 11 latest version? Okay, we'll go with the latest version 5.2.11. You guys are with me?
Yeah.
Or else 5.4, 4 points, whatever you want, you can go. Okay, I'll go with the 5.2.8 and 5.2.9. Then is also there. Level is also there. Okay, I'll go with the 9. 5.2.9. Just copy this Hibernate core. Just place it here now. How many dependents we are adding?
1.
Come on, guys. How many dependents we are
Only
adding?
one, sir.
Only one
We
dependent.
added only one.
Yes or no? Now observe this. How many jar files will come into the picture? Where your jar files are located? C drive, users, VLab, right? M2, repository. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In this one, Hibernate. Are you finding any Hibernate here? It's downloading all the jar files. ORG, repository, ORG, Hibernate, Hibernate core. Oh, I downloaded 5.2 and now. Already I downloaded 5.2.10, 2.8, 2.7, 5.0.7. You guys are with me? Multiple things we
Yes, sir.
okay, leave that. Are you able to see how many jar files came into the picture? You understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. One jar file came or multiple jar files came?
Multiple job.
Multiple.
Yeah. Next. I want to download OJDBC 14 also. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Why OJDBC 14? We
For
are
Hibernate.
we are connecting with the database, na? Not Hibernate. We are connecting with the database, right? Database jar file we need to add, right? We add it to the build path.
Yeah, correct.
Yes or no? OJDBC. Okay, 14 jar file we want. Why OJDBC 14? Because I'm using Oracle 10. Yes or no, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm using which version? Oracle, which version I'm using? In the 10
And
server, JDBC, lib, which jar file we are adding?
OJDBC 14.
OJDBC 14. If you are using Oracle 11, that's called OJDBC 6 or OJDBC 7. Check that. Okay. Now I'm trying to download OJDBC 14. I'm clicking this. Not com.oracle. Let's go with the Oracle. OJDBC 14. In the OJDBC 14, I'm downloading this. But look at now, this dependency is not available in the Maven repository. It's available in which repository? Read it. Maven dot.
Maven
Maven dot.
Zahia.
What's that? What's that?
Zahia.
Jahia. Are you following, guys? What I'm trying to say? This OJDBC 14 jar file we cannot download from the MVN repository. We need to download from different repository. The different repository is called Jahia repository. You guys are with me?
yeah.
Yes, sir.
That we need to add. Okay, that we need to add as a repository. Okay, instead of going with all things, but already the jar file already we are having in my system or not?
Yeah.
It's already there in my system.
Yes,
Na?
sir.
You will see when you install the Oracle, the local Oracle is already there, na? Okay,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
we can add to the basic build path, or else we can add with dependency. One more dependency. Okay, now generally dependency means it's downloading from Maven repository. Yes or no? It's downloading from Maven repositories. You guys are with me? Okay, but I want to download my jar file from my system. You guys are with me? Oracle jar file. Okay, artifact ID also, it can be anything. It's also Oracle. Okay, now I'm going to use the version is 10.2. You guys are with me? Then scope is system. We're going to be the system scope, and after that we are going to be some path, system path. Okay, system path. In the system path we need to specify this entire path. Then what happens? It's downloading the jar file from where now? Not from the Maven. You guys are with me?
Yeah.
Why this dependency error? Yeah, slash o, which one you are trying to download? OJDBC 14.
14.
OJDBC 14 jar file you are going to add. 1 minute. What about this here? Sorry, artifact ID is OJDBC 14. Sorry. What is the artifact ID? OJDBC 14. Still, what is the problem? Group ID is Oracle. JDBC 14.2.
Might be because of the colon, the slash.
15.2 point. Which version? Dot zero, no? 2.0.4.
Kiran, I think so. It's because of that slash in the system path.
The system path which slash?
Backward slash, right?
The backward slash is correct only. That's not the matter. Dependency version, JDBC 14 that is missing. So what is the version we are using? It should come. Oracle group ID and everything. 1 minute. Let's copy this. I pasted here now. JDBC 14. Did I press dot jar? I didn't type dot jar, right, previously? Oh, I didn't type dot jar. You guys are with me?
Okay.
You guys are with me? I didn't type the dot jar actually. Yeah. Are you able to see OJDBC 14 jar?
Okay, sir.
Observing Maven dependencies.
Yes, sir.
OJDBC 14 came here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What we have done, Ajay, previously, right click. Yes or no? Build path, configure build path, add external jars. You remember this? OJDBC 14 open. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That we have done. But now what we are doing by using Maven, we are setting the path. You guys are with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm repeating once again, guys. This dependency, Hibernate dependencies are coming from the Maven repositories. The JUnit is coming from the Maven repositories. Whatever we discussed in the Spring dependencies also came from Maven repositories. Okay, in interview or in your real time, you will try to set some paths, try to set some jars from the local system. Okay, at the time you should understand that scope we need to mention the system and system path we need to mention from where you are downloading the jar file. Is that clear now?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is about
Okay,
Pomlet
sir.
XML, guys. Yeah, I'm done with the Pomlet XML. Dependence also done. Next, Hibernate configuration file. If you want to go for configuration file in the source main Java, right click on this, new, just go with other. Okay, just type here XML. Okay, XML file. My XML file name can be anything, but I'm going with the standard name. What is standard name? Hibernate dot, yes or no? CFG dot XML. It's my XML file. Already I told you XML file is following either DTD, rules of DTD or XML schema. Yes or no? Okay. But this, which one? This. Okay. Hibernate is following DTD. DTD stand for, okay. DTD stand for document type definition. You guys are with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. It's following DTD. So that I'm copying the DTD and I'm going to paste it here now. Spring followed what? DTD or schema? What about Spring? What do you use in Spring? You use schema, right?
Dependency injection. Yes, sir.
You use schema, right? In XML.
Schema, yes, sir.
Vijay, Murali, you are following?
Yeah.
Now in this one, the root tag is called Hibernate configuration. Inside the Hibernate configuration, there is a tag is called session factory. Session factory. What is the session factory? The session factory indicates that the database. Now, inside the session factory, we are going to specify the the Hibernate related stuff. Okay. Now, if you go with this Hibernate configuration file, not this, go with this JBoss organization. Okay, this is like Hibernate configuration file. Look at some session configuration.html. If you come down, these all are the programmatic configurations. Okay, look at some. We're going to create a session. You would see some parameter properties here. What is the first property? Read it.
Hibernate connection dot driver class.
Connection dot driver class. Second one.
Hibernate dot connection dot URL.
URL.
Hibernate dot connection dot username, password, and pool size.
You understood now? Okay, these all parameters already you know. These things we need to set. Okay, here with the thing is like property. The property name is called Hibernate dot connection dot driver underscore class. Tell me what is the driver class name? Oracle dot JDBC dot
JDBC dot
Oracle
JDBC
driver.
Oracle.
Yes or no? Next property. Next
Yes,
property is URL. Look at now this URL. Because I'm copying the URL and I'm going to paste it here now. The URL is JDBC colon Oracle colon thin colon. You remember this? At the rate localhost
localhost 8080
1 colon XC.
21.
You guys are with me? Do you want any explanation for that?
No, sir.
One, what a property? Hibernate dot connection dot username. Okay.
Username.
Property Hibernate dot connection dot username. My username is called system. Okay. One more property. You guys are with me? One more property. The property is called password. Okay. These are all things we set into the DB connection, right? Remember? Vijay,
Yeah, we have.
these are all things we
Yes,
set
sir.
DB connection, right? Yes or no? Yeah.
Yeah.
One more property is also there, pool size. It's taking by default pool size. I'm not setting anything. We'll come to that point later. Understood now? Anyone is having any questions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay. Be in online. Yeah. Okay. Murali, you are there? Vijay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is a configuration file. Understood now? What configuration file will contain? Information about the database. Okay. This property name is also we know to Buttify. Okay. It's everything is available in the documentation. You guys with me? Yes or no?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, I'm having one doubt, sir.
Tell me, Ajay.
Sir, before you added the dependency, right?
We added dependencies.
Instead of doing that, we can do in both ways, directly by adding the jar, or we have to do in both ways.
Which dependency you are talking about? OJDBC?
Yes, sir. The OJDBC
No,
one.
not both the ways.
Added by typing,
Either
right?
we should go with that or we should go with this.
Okay. In MVM repository, we didn't find it, so we wrote it with our hand.
We wrote it entire system path.
Okay. Okay, sir.
We can download the dependencies either from MVM repository or from your local system or from other repositories. By default, your form.xml will looks in Maven repository.
Okay, sir.
Okay. If the if the dependency is not finding in the Maven repository, you can go for other repositories also. At the time, you should specify the repositories. You understood?
Okay, sir. I got it. Yes, I understood.
Okay. There is something is like repository, not resources. There is something is like repositories. We need to specify these repositories. You understood now?
Yes, sir.
Repository URL we need to specify here. This is another option. Just now we discussed about Jah here, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Zahiya. Yes, sir.
Vijay, you are following? Okay, just now we discussed about Jah here, right? That's what repository we need to specify. That's the one thing. Another case is we can get the jar file from our local machine also.
Okay, sir.
You understood?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes.
That's the case. If anyone is having any questions, you can ask me now. Murali, you are following?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, by default, it's downloading from Maven or other repositories or your local system. That's up to you. When you go with that, you don't have to go for right click, build path, configure build path is not required now onwards because of Maven. Clear, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, next. I'm going to create one class. My class name is called product. What is the class name? Product. Finished.
Product.
Okay. Product is my class. Here I'm going to create some variables and private scope, private int, product number, private string, name of the product, private double price of the product. Okay. I'm going to create one default constructor. A simple bean. I'm going to create, and I'm going to create one parameterized constructor. Source generate constructor using fields. Okay. And I'm going to write getters and setters. Select all. Okay. You guys with me? Get product
Yes,
number.
sir.
Get product number. Get name. Set name. Get price. Set price. Any questions? It's a product. Okay. Java class also done.
Yes, sir.
Step 1, creating Maven project. Step 2, adding required dependencies. Step 3, creating configuration file. Step 4, Java class. What is step 5? Mapping file. Okay. What's my
Employee.html
Java
file.
class? Product. Then what should be the mapping file name? Product. Product data. We can write any file name. You can write kiran.xml also. I'm saying that standard names. You guys are with me? Yeah. Okay, same. In the main itself, right click new, other, go with again one more XML file. Okay, this XML file will be Hibernate file, mapping file, that's called product dot hbm dot xml. Next, finish. It is also XML. It is also following some naming convention. Okay, it should follow the rules of what? Rules of either DDD or XML schema, but it's going to follow the DDDs. Okay, just I'm going to go with the DDDs now. Come down, come down. This is the DDD. Just copy this DDD. Okay, paste it here now. Are you able to see Hibernate mapping 3.0.DDD? You understood now?
Yeah.
You guys are with me? Even for configuration also, you would see Hibernate.configuration.3.0.DDD. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
You are with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, in this, there is a file tag is called Hibernate mapping. What is the root tag in the configuration file? Hibernate config
Everything.
mapping file, Hibernate mapping. Inside the Hibernate mapping, there is something is called class. Which class we are going to create? The name of the class. Okay, the name of the class. What is the name of the class? Com dot info dot product.
Product.
Okay, it's a product. Look at now what are the attributes are available for this. Multiple attributes are available. Lazy, multiple, mode, persistent, system, that stable, everything. The class name. Now the product class is having how many properties?
3 of them.
Three properties. Now those three properties we are going to set here now. First property, PNO, it should be similar. Okay. Second property, you guys with me? It's a name. Okay. Third property, it is price. You guys are with me? Please keep in mind names must be similar. Now still it's showing the error. Yes or no? Because okay, keep in mind is we are not creating the table. Hibernate is going to be creating the table. But already I told you, whenever we are creating the table, as a standard approach, each and every table should contain the primary key column or not.
Yes, sir.
Each and every
Primary key
table
is must.
contain the primary key column. That primary key column we need to specify in this table. Meaning your class name is acting like a table name or not.
Yeah.
Yes, with me. We are having product table. I'm going to delete this now. Uh, drop table product. Look at now. I drop the product table. Now do we have product table now?
No.
Do we have product table?
No, sir, we don't have.
No, we don't have the product table now. Yeah. Now I'm going to automatically the product table is going to be created. The product table is going to be created by the Hibernate framework. Whenever it's going to create the product table, it's going to create one primary key column that we need to specify. That we need to specify. If you say property, it is a normal column. Instead of that, we are saying that ID. What is that? ID. The moment you specify the ID, then this is acting like a primary key column. Is that clear now?
Yeah.
Normal property, it's like a normal column. This whenever you specify the ID, this product number is acting like a primary key column. If you specify price is an ID, okay, this is a normal property. Tell me which one is the primary key column now?
Still,
Which one is
it
the
will be
primary key
same.
column? Price is the
Same.
primary key column.
Price is going to be primary key.
You understand now? Just specify this in the beginning. You understood, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
But still it's showing the error in the sense price is a double type, right? It should be better it go for integer type. Are you following, guys?
Yeah.
Better go for integer type. Okay? Are you able to see? Even if it's a double, it's taking or not?
Yeah.
Ajay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it will take. That's it. Nothing other than that. But better approach is better go for integer type. That's it. Okay. And this primary key column, I want to generate automatically. Then close the ID separately. Look at now. In between the ID tag, there is something is like generator class. Here generator class I am calling it an increment. Whenever you write the increment, then what happens? Your primary key column will be incremented automatically. You guys are with me? Okay, your primary key column, the product number will be incremented automatically. Okay, instead of this, if you write assigned, there is something is called assigned. One minute, wait. Oh, sorry. Yeah, two IDs are there, right? That's what problem. You understood what I'm problem? Two IDs are there, no? That's the problem. Yeah. Look at now. Generator class. Okay. Increment. One option is called what? Increment. Means what? Your primary key column will be incremented automatically. Another option is called assigned. Assigned means what? You should assign the primary key column. You understood, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm going with the increment now. Increment. I'll tell you. Increment. Your primary key column will be incremented automatically. Any questions? Mapping file is also done. Okay. The last one, testing class. Class test product. Okay. Test product. I'm going with the main method. Whenever you're going for the test one, can I say it's a client program? Yes or no? Can I say it's a client program? Okay. In this client program, the first step is need to load configuration file. Who should load the configuration file? We should load the configuration file. Okay. Second one, need to build session factory. Build session factory. JDBC deals with connections. Yes or no?
Yeah.
JDBC deals with connection. That's called physical connection. That's called physical connection with the database. But Hibernate deals with session. That's called logical connection with the database. You guys are with me?
Yeah.
Okay, that thing we need to understand, guys. The difference between JDBC and Hibernate. JDBC always deals with physical connections. Hibernate will deals with logical connections, so that okay, performance will be increased a lot. All the Hibernate things will be maintained. Okay, will be communicated with the sessions concept, maintained by the sessions. Those sessions are available in the session factory. Because of that reason, we need to build the session factory. Third step, need to open the session. We can open multiple sessions. Need to open session from session factory. Is that with me? Need to open session from the session factory. Fourth step, we need to begin the transaction. These all are one-time step, guys. Begin transaction. Okay, but in the case of JDBC, the transaction will begin automatically, committed automatically. But in the Hibernate, we need to begin the transaction. We need to commit the transaction. Is that clear now?
Yeah.
Okay. The fifth step. Okay. Process the data. So that we'll take care of that. Process the data, not database data. Okay. Sixth step, committing the transaction. committing transaction. You guys are with me? Okay. Seventh one, close the session. Close session and session factory. Done. You guys are with me? Now tell me, what is the first step we are going to do? Hey, this is console. We are building console-based application or web-based application?
Console.
Console-based.
Console based.
In the case of console-based application, these are all steps we are doing. In the case of web-based application, we are not doing these all the steps. You guys are with me? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me. Tell me. First step. What is the first step? Need to load configuration file.
Configuration
Okay. How to load the configuration file? If you want to load the configuration file, create an object for the Hibernate. Hibernate. Are you able to see Hibernate? org.hibernate.
Yes, sir.
You guys are with me?
The first one, the class. Yes, sir.
Not Hibernate actually. There's an object is called configuration object. Configuration. Tell me, configuration is available in configuration is a class or interface?
Configuration is a class.
It's a class. Are you able to see here? C. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Configuration service is interface. I here. I indicates interface. C indicates class.
Interface.
Yes, with me. Now tell me.
Yes, sir.
Configuration is available in which? How many packages? How many packages?
2 packages.
What is first package?
Java x.security.auth.login.
Second one is what?
org.hibernate.cfg.
Tell me which one you want to choose.
The second one.
Second one, org.hibernate.cfg. Keep in mind this. Always your Hibernate classes and interfaces will start with org.hibernate. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Your Spring class are starting with org.spring framework. You remember that? org.spring
Yes, sir.
framework. Okay. Hibernate will start with org.hibernate. Click on this. Create an object for the configuration first. New configuration. Once you create an object, configuration dot, the method is called configure. Are you able to see configure method? Okay, then configure method. Now this is a step called loading configuration file. But are we specifying the file name? Configuration file name? No, because we are using specified name. Standard name we used. What is standard name? Hibernate.cfg.xml we used. Whenever we use hibernate.cfg.xml, we don't need to specify anything here. If you use other than this name, we need to specify in the configuration file. You understand now? But for your standard approach, okay, for your sake, just I'm writing hibernate.cfg.xml. You guys are with me?
Yeah.
If it is standard name, optional to use. You are with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you write other than your standard name, then we need to specify that. Yeah, hibernate.cfg.xml. Any questions? Okay, we'll try. Whether it is loading or not, we'll try. Run as Java application. I'm loading this. Look at now. Hibernate.properties not found. Something is missing still. Yes or no? Still configuration file is not loaded. Okay. After that, we need to build a session factory. How to build a session factory? Configuration dot build session factory. Are you able to see? Build session factory. The moment you build a session factory, now I'm running this Java application. Observe your now things. Are you able to see something is loading now? Yes or no? Okay, look at now. JDBC connection is loaded. Okay, Hibernate built-in connection pool is loaded. Okay, Hibernate.ingent.jdbc connection is loaded. Okay, using driver. Tell me which driver we used.
Oracle JDBC driver.
It's where we specified that. Where we specified that in XML file, right? Yes or no, guys?
Yes,
Where we specified that, where we specified the driver name in XML file only, na? Where we specify the URL in XML file. Okay, that we are reading here or not? It's reading or not?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. It's reading the driver name. It's reading the URL. It's reading the username. It's reading the password. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the default connection pool size? 20. If you want to set, you can use the property connection pool size property. Yes or no? Property name. Okay. Which property we are going to use now? You're understanding what I'm going to say? Take the Hibernate connection pool size. Take the pool size. Okay. Specify here only 5. What is the pool size? 5. Run as Java application. Now what is taking the pool size?
5.
5 by default without specifying how much it took.
20.
20. Better with me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and it's going to use one dialect. Which dialect it's going to use? Org Hibernate dialect at Oracle 10G dialect. 10G dialect. Dialect means database. Better with me. What is dialect? Dialect means database. Which data? Now, are you able to see? By looking at this driver name, by looking at this URL, by looking at this username, password, it is saying to you which database you are going to use.
Oracle 10G. Yes, sir.
That only I'm using, right? Which one I'm using? Oracle 10G only, right? Fast guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Vijay Murali, you are following what I'm trying to say? That's the beauty of Hibernate. Okay, say the Oracle 10G dialect. Okay, that we can specify the configuration file also. How to specify property? Okay, by using direct name, come down, come down. I'll tell you. Okay, look at now direct. Direct. Look at the property call. Look at now. What is the property? Hibernate direct. We can specify the dialect also. Okay, how to specify that? In the Hibernate core, go to the Java dependencies. In the Hibernate core, are you able to see the packages called org.hibernate.direct somewhere? Are you able to see direct here, direct package? If you open this,
Yeah.
okay, are you able to see what is this? Data directory Oracle, Derby database, okay, HSQL database, Ingress database, MySQL database, Oracle database, Postgre database, Sybase, Teradata. Is all a database or not?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use Oracle 10G because I'm going to use that. Just right click on this, copy qualified name so that it will come with the entire package. Are you able to see qualified name?
Yeah.
Tell me, can I say Oracle 10G dialect? Can I say it's a class? I'm not to specify the dot class. Can I
Yeah.
say Java class? Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's a
Which
class.
package it's available? In which package it's available? Oracle dot org dot
Org.hibernate.dialect.
dot dialect. Is it with me?
Yes,
That we
sir.
need to specify. The next one, you want to create a table or Hibernate will create the table?
Hibernate will
Hibernate will
create.
create a table. For that, there is something is like HBM2 DDL2. That also we need to specify. HBM2 DDL. Are you able to see one more property called Reddit Hibernate dot HBM2 DDL dot auto. Okay, what I can write? I can write validate. I can write update. I can write create. I can write create drop. I'll tell you what are these all things later. Those are all the values I can write. How many values I can write? Tell me. What are those?
4.
Validate,
Validate.
update,
Validate, update,
create drop.
create.
And draw.
Murali, you are following. Okay, property.
Yes, sir.
HBM2 DDL. I'm taking the by default create. Create. These things we should take care, guys. Now look at now. Right click, run as job application. Observe this. Something came now. Okay, it's automatically created one table also. If you want to see the query, if you want to see the query, there is one more property called show underscore SQL. There is one more property called show underscore SQL. Are you able to see what is the property? Show underscore SQL.
SQL.
I want to show you the property table is created or not. Look at now. True. What I made it? True. By default it's a false. I made it the true. Now look at now. You can see the query now. Why that? To see the query message in your console. It's not coming up. Okay, still it's not creating. 1 minute. Okay, now. Okay, we will tree. Now it's going to return one object is called session factory object. Session factory object. Is with me? Session factory. Session factory. Session factory equal to then factory dot open session, which is going to return session object. Tell me, you guys are with me? Session object. We are going to get to open the session. This third step or not? Tell me what is first step? What is first step?
Need to load configuration
Loading
file.
configuration file. Second step, building session factory.
In
Third
session
step,
factory.
opening session factory, open session from session factory. That only we are doing, right? What is first step? Loading the configuration file. Second step, building session factory. Third step, opening the session. Okay, once you open the session, right click, run as Java application. I hope table should create automatically. Underscore SQL. It's not displaying. Okay, I'll close the session and I'll close the factory. Right, run as it's not creating. Okay, let it be. We'll try. Okay, now you understood now 3 steps, guys. After that, we need to begin the transaction. Okay, session dot begin transaction. Okay, after this you need to commit the transaction. When you are committing the transaction, we should get the transaction, then we should say commit. Slowly you will understand, guys, don't worry. Okay, don't think that I'm going fast. Slowly you will understand all the things. Okay, it's a common functionalities. Tell me, what is first functionality? What is first step?
Design configuration
Loading
task.
the configuration
Building.
file. Next step, building session factory. Next step, session and beginning the transaction.
Importing the factory from
After that, we are creating the product object. Product one equal to new product. Okay, I'm not setting the product number. Set name, product name. I made it like a mobile. Okay, product two done. Set price. I made it like a 45,000. I'm going to get one more product also. Product two equal to new product two dot. Okay, set product number. Product number, don't need to set the product number, it will come automatically. Product name, just I want to make it like a TV. Product two dot set price 56,000. After that, session dot save. What is the method? Save. I'm saying the product one. Okay, session dot save. I'm throwing the product two. You guys are with me? What I'm done?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now look at now. Okay, we are dealing with only sessions. We are dealing only with the sessions. We are opening the session. We are beginning the transaction. We are creating two product objects, and I'm going to store the two products by the save method. Right click on this, run as Java application. What is saying that? Read it, guys.
Unknown entity com dot info dot product.
Ajay, Murali, you are following?
Unknown.
Unknown
Yes,
entity
sir.
component info dot product. Meaning, we have loaded the configuration file, but we didn't load the mapping file. You remember that?
Yeah.
We loaded configuration file, but we didn't load the mapping file. That mapping file, we need to configure to the configuration file itself. Here, there is one attribute tag is called mapping. What is that?
Mapping.
Mapping. Inside the map, there are two things are there. One is called class, second one is called resource. Okay, class we will use in the annotation concept, but now I'm going to use resource. In the resource, we are going to specify the file name product.hpm.xml. If it is available in different locations, we need to specify the fully qualified name with the URL. You understood now? Right
Yes.
click, run on Java application. Now it will be loaded. Observe this, guys. Okay, forget about the exception. What's happening here? Read it.
Create table.
Create table,
Create table.
product number,
Product.
name, price. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Sir.
Which one is the primary key column?
Key
What
number is
product P
primary
number,
key.
product number?
Either.
Tell me, are we creating the table or Hibernate is creating the table?
Hibernate is
Hibernate
created.
is creating the table. Yes or no? Okay, then how many products, how many product objects we are storing?
Three product objects.
Okay, two product objects. By using which method?
Two product objects.
By using which method? Save method. The save method generate insert query. You guys are with me? The save method
Yes,
generates
sir.
insert query. How many insert queries? Two insert queries.
Two.
Yes or no, guys?
Yeah.
Tell me. Now product table came or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Now select star from product. Okay, now look at now product number 1, product number 2 is there or not? But tell me, did I create the table?
No, sir.
Did I create the did I write the insert query?
No.
No,
Okay,
sir, you didn't write.
following.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't try to create query, I didn't write insert query. Hibernate is writing that. Okay, now look at now. What are the default sizes? 10, 255, 126. Yes or no? I want to change that. If you want to change that, go to the mapping file. Okay, here there is something is called length. The name of the length is I'm going to take 15 characters. Here also length I'm going to write. Here length I'm going to write only 12. With me. Now I'm running again. I'm changing the size. Look at now. Again dropping the table, creating the table. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Dropping the table, creating the table, and 2 insert queries. You understood now?
Yes, sir.
Look at the sizes 10, 15, 126. Float is not changing, guys. Okay, that's because of some issues. Are you able to see the data now? Okay, we are not changing the number, we are not changing the float, we are changing only varchar 2 size. Okay, now tell me, what is the column name? PNO, name, price. No, I want to change the column names also. By default, your variable names are becoming column names or not? Yes or no? But I want to change the names. Yes, you can change column. I can say product number. You can help me. Product underscore number. Here also I want to change the column name. Product underscore name. Here also I want to change the column name. Okay. Product. You guys are with me. Underscore price. Look at now. I'm running this program now. Perfect. Okay. Look at now. What are the column names now? Changing or not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Look at now. The column names are changed now. By default, your variable names are column names. But if you want to change that, you can change. You guys are with me.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, these are all things like XML. Hey, this is the last class on XML. Next class onwards, I will use only annotation. This is only for your information. Yes, I'm giving this. Okay. Even if you want, what is the table name? By default, your class name is acting like a table name or not?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to change that, you can use the attribute is called table attribute. Table. Here you can write product. PROD. Now tell me what is your table name now?
Product. PROD.
PROD. Okay. But yes, I'm going to the product only. But if you want to change that, you can change. And tell me. By default, your class name is acting like a table name. Do you agree with me or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we change that?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. By default, your variable names are column names.
Yeah. Correct.
Can we change that?
Yeah.
Yes,
We
sir.
can.
Yeah, that case. Okay. How you are specifying the how you are specifying the primary key column by using which attribute? Which tag?
ID.
ID tag. How can you change the column name by using which attribute? Column. How can you change the size? Length. Okay, so with me. Yeah. Go into the configuration file. What HBM to DDL auto? Which value we are used? Which value we used?
Create.
Create. If you say create, always whenever you run the program, it always drops your existing table and creates a new table. You understood now?
Yes, sir.
Drops the existing table and creates a new table always. Okay. Instead of create, if you use update, you are with me. What I use now? Update.
Okay.
If you use update, look at now. Always you are, there are two columns only. But now, look at now. That now, if you run this program, dropping will not be there. Okay, dropping create will not be there. Only insert. You are with me? Look at now. Only insert. Are you able to see any drop? Okay, it tries to create. It tries to create, but it's already there. So it's throwing the error. Are you following now? It tries to create. It's already there. That's what it's throwing the error. Forget about this error. Look at now. Name is already used by an existing object. That's what is an error. Now tell me. Only insert queries. Yes or no? Okay. If you see here, how many rows? Two rows or four rows?
Photos.
Four rows. Okay. Are you able to see primary product number is increasing automatically? One, two, three, four. Are you assigning the product number? No? You understood now, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is only for your information, guys. In the next class, I'm going to start directly with annotations. Okay, now keep in mind this. Did I create the table in the database? Did I create?
No, sir.
No.
Didn't.
Did I write insert query?
No.
No,
No.
sir.
These all things will be done automatically, guys. That's the beauty of Hibernate. You understood now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
I'm stopping here. I'm going to post this video in half an hour. Please try to listen before the next class. Our next class is tomorrow at 5:30 at our regular time.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, directly I'm going to start with the Hibernate, and at the same time tomorrow only I'm going to complete the Hibernate in our. You remember our application? In our application, the DAO layer which we used till now. Which code we used?
ADBC.
JDBC. Tomorrow I'm going to replace this JDBC code with annotations. Sorry, Hibernate.
Okay.
You understood now? But please,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm requesting once again, please try to listen this video once again before the next class. Because in the next class, I'm not focusing on this XML file. I will never write this XML file. There is no product.html.xml in the next class.
Okay.
Okay, please try to read. Actually, whatever I'm saying is just I'm giving the introduction only. But a lot of things are there. If you understand that, the remaining part you can go through that. You understand now? Just go with this mapping file. Look at it, this is a mapping file. Look at now. What the class? Did I discuss about class tag? ID tag? Yes or no? Property
Yeah.
tags? Okay, look at now column if you want to change. Type also we can specify. Okay, look at now these are all things, guys. You understood now?
Yeah.
Okay, come into the configuration file. There are a lot of things are there. These are the properties, but all the properties you will not use. These all things will come when you are in the real time. Okay, when somebody asks set, okay, set a property. Set property called hibernate.cache.use underscore query underscore cache. Can you set? Can you set or not?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Now what, ma? You can easily can set it. Copy this, go to this configuration file. Yes or no? Okay, go to this place, write one property and set it. That's it, nah. This value that fellow will give.
Yeah.
Is to now. This is property name. This is property value. Value they will give. Property name you should set. You understood? I'm taking some example.
Yeah.
That way you need to understand, guys. If anyone is
So Kiran, one question, like we are writing the HTML and JavaScript in the JSP, right?
yeah, we are writing HTML, JavaScript, and JSP. Yes.
In real time, the front end developers they write everything. They're even Angular and all that in the
You will
front
not.
in the
You will
JSP.
not. You will not write. Front end developers will write. You are only the middleware.
Yeah, yeah. But they write in the JSPs, right?
You will write the JSPs. You should. They will write in JSPs or they will write whatever they want. But thing is,
Okay.
but most of the don't say that okay we will not write front end developers will write. That's only if the huge project. To a small kind of project, we should be aware of all the things. Nowadays, we are using agile process. Have you
Yeah.
heard about that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Agile process. Please try to learn that. Agile process. In the agile process, we should aware of all the things. We should aware of even testing also.
Okay.
That is beauty of agile. Okay. Don't think that okay. Don't say that okay. 99% front end developers only will write.
Okay.
No doubt in that. But you should aware of each and every concept. But in interview they will ask even JSP front end things also. They will not ask any JavaScript related things, but they will ask about JSPs.
Okay.
What you will do in the JSPs, ma? Pulling the data and displaying. That's it, na?
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
In the Spring, we have written Spring forms. You remember that?
Yeah.
Who will write a Spring forms? Do you think that front-end developer will write that? No. Java developer will write that.
Okay.
You guys are with me?
Yeah.
Why? The front-end developer don't know what is Spring. Spring is a middleware concept, na?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to understand where the role of front end developer will come
Or
because we are writing almost
front-end
everything.
developer's role will come only in the designing part. How much beautiful they should display the page. Here front-end developer role will come.
Okay.
Okay, inside the page you are going to use form.
Yeah.
That form will be taken care by the Java developer.
Okay. Okay.
You understood? Because
Got
it's a
it.
Spring form.
Yeah.
You understood what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's the case. Now, how much beautiful they want to display? CSS, JavaScript. That's a front-end developer job.
Okay, okay.
Okay, guys.
Thank
Okay,
you.
everyone. Murali, Ajay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys. Okay, I'm stopping here again here now. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. IST again. Okay, don't miss the class. And before the class, just try to understand this.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, then bye bye.
Okay.